Coach, who did you bring with you today?
Today I brought from my left, I have senior defensive end Tyler Wilson. Directly to my left, I have senior linebacker Reginald Jones. Directly to my right, I have a junior upcoming rising star Jaquavion Fan. And to my far right, another senior leader and captain forwards, Kevin Hill, who plays on the defensive line.
Coach, tell us about Vikings this year. What you looking for?
This year,
what they're looking like?
We definitely had a really good offseason so far. We've put in a lot of work. One of the things we talked to the guys about is that, as far as expectation, it starts with internal belief, starts with internal identity, and so one of the foundations of the program is always going to be strength and conditioning. It's going to be personal development and being a great teammate, and so we're definitely excited about the work that we have put in. And once you make those daily deposits, you can have an expectation to have a result, to have a positive output. And so we're definitely looking forward to having a great year this year in the sense of we know we're going to be competitive. We know we're going to play good quality, hard-nosed football. Some of the things we talked about, number one, we're going to get lined up. We're going to block, we're going to tackle, we're going to run to the football. And those are things we've been emphasizing right now so far.
Coach, you've been there. This is your third year, right?
Going to my third year. That's correct.
So have you gotten kind of in place the boys that you want to have now? I mean, when you come in, you inherited a program. So tell us about how it's been developing to get these boys where you need them to be.
That's a great question, and definitely going to that third year, I'm definitely confident in the group that we do have. We do have stability in that aspect, and in the sense of having committed young men to the program, in the sense of being a complete, total student athlete and football player. And so the group that we see right now, they've been committed over the past some of the guys 3 years, and so we're definitely confident in what we do have. I know those guys have been compliant in everything that we've asked of them, as far as being a great student in the classroom and just even really what it takes to be a really solid overall, a great athlete in the sense of what it takes to be a great football player.
Coach, you got a lot of defensive players here today. Is that on purpose that they're a little ahead of the game on offense?
It may go back to some of my personality, but really it just kind of happens to be that these are some of our top leaders in the program. They happen to play defense. Obviously I'm a coach's kid growing up and been around the game for a long time, and I do firmly believe that defense wins championships. Even the fact that I played quarterback and I'm an offensive guy, so to speak, you can't do it without defense. You can't do it without O-line play and D-line play. And so that's going to always be the emphasis in the forefront as far as our identity within the program. So one thing that we are doing with our program, we are teaching our players to play, numerous positions and basically do whatever it takes to help the team succeed. But for me, it's always going to be defense first, because if you can't stop the run, if you can't get off the field, then offense doesn't matter.
Tyler, talk a little bit about your defense.
I would say our defense has gotten a lot better. We've incorporated some new players to the team. We've moved some people around the field, like playing defense now. I know Reggie, he's got moved to linebacker, so I think our defense will just be solid this year.
Talk a little bit about Kevin. He's beside you on that defensive line. What do you see in his game?
I see a lot of tackling, honestly, from Kevin. Kevin, he's gotten a lot better at defense for sure. So I'd say, having Kevin on the line is like having another captain in a way to lead us. So it's good.
Kevin, what do you see about Tyler's game? Play beside him.
Well, Tyler, he's very versatile. I feel like having Tyler next to me, we'll be able to complete more. I see a lot of sacks, a lot of tackles, see a lot of made plays. Very great.
Coach, talk a little bit about your offense.
Yeah, tell us about your quarterback situation.
With our offense, we do, I was thinking about that on the way up here, we do turn 9 out of 11 players who either started or had significant playing time. So that's a sense of that part where it's starting to stabilize, where everyone on the offensive line was either a starter or played significant snaps last year. Returned 2 running backs, which is going to free us up. So anytime you have 2 great athletes with that running back receiver, you definitely want those guys on the field at the same time. Every skilled person playing on the perimeter, all the wide receivers and tight ends, they're all coming back with playing experience as well. Anytime that you have newcomers to the program like we had last year, you're trying to get things stable, you're going to have some ups and some downs. And so one of the things that we are working on is stabilizing. I think we're kind of hitting that groove. And one of the biggest things that we've been focusing on this summer is really the chemistry of our football program. And we also know that offense takes a little bit longer in most cases to catch up to your defense. But one of the things that we want to make sure we do is keep it simple. A lot of guys are going to play fast and they're going to be able to play confident, because if you're thinking, you're not going to be able to play fast into your full potential. Then specifically with our quarterback situation, we do have a couple of returning guys that are going to be competing for that starting spot. We also have a newcomer to the program who's previously played the quarterback position in previous years, and so both of those guys will be rising sophomores. And then typically they say when we have sophomores on the field, you're going to have some ups and some downs, but I also kind of disagree with that, because I do think it goes back to development. One of the things that, as far as my vision personally, what we emphasize within our football program is development. So we want to make sure that we're developing our players on the field, off the field as people, but specifically, with their game, with their performance on the field. And I think that's a direct correlation result as far as our responsibility of the head coach, as far as my job, those guys put in the right position to be able to go perform and ultimately have fun in the game and go play.
Coach, talk about your special teams. Kick return, your punter, those guys.
All right, so with special teams, I was honest with the guys. Well, first and foremost, going into December, I was honest with myself. You look at least 3 specific games last year where special teams drastically determined the outcome of the game. And so I told the guys, in going to the offseason, that was going to be a point of emphasis for us. Me being a head coach, going down to my assistant coaches, and even the players. And so with some of those newcomers, one of the things I did notice was their overall IQ understanding of the game, not necessarily willingness, but me having to do a better job putting those guys in situations to be successful. And so I think with leadership, you have to have accountability with yourself first. So one of our points of emphasis started all the way prior to spring training was special teams, teaching them what it means to play on that side of the ball, whether it's kickoff return, punt return, which is all phases of knowing football, because we got to a point where they were understanding their primary position, offense and defense, but as we all know, special teams is a critical part of the game. And so that's something that we've never been emphasized going all the way back to our off season, knowing how to protect, knowing how to stay in your lanes, knowing how to cover, knowing all the rules of the game as far as what's happening between the play and everything that it takes to be successful on that side of the game as well.
You got any returners up here? Any returners for you?
Jaquavion, he is going to be one of our returners. He's going to serve on punt return and also on kickoff return. And I have some younger skilled guys who are rising sophomores and even rising juniors who are definitely going to be able to help us. We do have another young man who's one of our running backs who helped set and break some of the state records for Huffman HC in track. And I think one of his last 100-meter times was a 10.66. And so his name is Jaden Grant, who's a rising junior. So he's definitely going to be playing offense, helping out some in defense in select roles, but definitely going to be a big part of it.
What position is Jaden going to be in on offense?
He's going to be slot receiver and running back.
Okay.
And so in other words, I told him going to his offseason, I challenged him that your goal is you got to touch the football or whatnot. So we know you can carry the football. We know that you can take the handoffs, but we're going to be utilizing him in a variety of different roles. So it requires some more work of him. But he's taking on the challenge, and he's been having a really, really good summer.
Coach, talk about a freshman or a sophomore that we don't know about right now, but might be coming up your ranks that we might see in the future that you think going to be.
I do have a sophomore, Kaja Jackson, really, really young kid, has a ton of ability. And the younger they are, a lot of times you're working on maturity. And when I say maturity, my standard's really high. It's not that, I'm always critical of what they do, but I'm challenging them to reach, that full potential to be the best person, the best version of themselves, what they can be. And he definitely has it in him to be one of the next greats to come out of Huffman and really East Birmingham and honestly throughout the entire state. And so his primary position is defensive back, but he's also going to be one of our primary receivers for us because he's highly athletic. He has a baseball background, so he's natural, with his hand-eye coordination, ball skills, and being able to track the ball down on both sides. So he's an upcoming player that you're going to expect to see a lot out of. And we also have an upcoming lineman that we're able to acquire and keep from the middle school program. His name is Caleb Tarrant, and so we're expecting big things from him. We simply told him that he's got to give us something this year, whether it's on offense, defense, or whatever side of the ball it may be. His natural prime position is center and offensive guard. But with his size, we challenge all of our players to be multifaceted, to be able to be multi-dimensional, and so he's definitely rising to the challenge. We expect to see some great things from him this upcoming year as well.
Coach, we're gonna wrap it up real quick to Wilson, real quick. What's your one rival team that you look forward to playing this year?
I wouldn't really say it's like specific team. I think whatever team is gonna play us first, that's definitely like, the focus for right now.
Jones, you have a rival team yet? Same.
No, sir. Same thing.
Either one of you guys have a rival team you look forward to playing? Somebody you want to get revenge on?
No, sir. No, sir.
Coach, you want to wrap it up for us then?
Yeah, we appreciate the time, and anytime you get an opportunity to represent your program is definitely a great thing. But one thing that I'll stress to our fans and our community, our support system, beginning with our administration, one thing that I can assure them is that we have full support from our administration, from our athletic director to our principal and our counselors. And I can't say enough words about what they've done this offseason to help us be a first-class program, and then work to be towards a championship program, whether it's the fourth period athletics to nutrition to equipment. I mean, they've been working behind the scenes day and night, making sure that we have everything that we need to be successful. And actually, before I came up here today, we had our Huffman Athletics coaching retreat. And so one of the things that we preach within our program is being a family, and that's something that we preach in Viking Athletics, is being a family with our coaches, with our faculty, and everyone involved. So one thing that that fans can't expect that they're going to see this year, that they're going to see a disciplined football team, they're going to see a hard-nosed football team. We're going to get after it, and we're going to play high-quality football in all phases of the game.
Cool. Thank you, Coach.